Hey YouTubers, this is EagleFan159's dad. In a previous video, we told you that we were going to make a video about how you can build a card collection for free, getting cards and not having to pay anything for them. Well, there's a couple things that you're going to need to do that. One will be to have an eBay account, and you'll need a little bit of money. You don't have to start out with a lot, but the more you can scrounge together, the better, the faster you're going to be able to build your collection. Now, to find out what a card is worth, let's take a look at that first. You sign into your eBay account, and you'll see this big box and a search. You want to click on Advanced Search. Okay? That'll bring up this screen, and you enter a card number. Now I randomly picked a card that I'm going to be selling. It's a Ghost Rare Neos, and that number is PTDN-EN0. Oops, there. Sorry. PTDN-EN044, and I'm going to put Ghost. Now, I'll go down to the completed listings box. It says search including completed listings. I'm going to click that. So all the auctions that have ended, it's going to bring them up. Any auction in red is an item that was not sold. Any auction in green, the item did sell. So you see, you take an average. Here you got $8, $8, $10. So it's worth about $9 to $10. Okay, you got a first edition. It probably depends there too. Your first editions usually go for a little bit more. So that's what a card is worth. That's how to determine what a particular card is worth. So I would value this at between $8 and $10.
Also, some first edition cards that go for a lot more than unlimited cards would include like Dark Arm Dragon, Charge of the Light Brigade, and Judgment Dragon.
Yeah, you really have to watch. I mean, usually like this, we're finding a really tight amount between 8 and 10. Sometimes you're going to see like 2 and 10, and then you have to find out what the auction is. Maybe it was a played card versus a mint card, but that's very rare. Okay, let's go on. Let's start off with the worst way to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and that's to buy random packs, because your chance of getting a good card is the lowest of all your ways of getting Yu-Gi-Oh cards. The next worst way of buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards is in weighed packs, and you use this scale. And what you want to do is to go back to EagleFan159's video called Scaling 101. It tells you in detail how to scale packs in stores like Walmart and Target and Toys R Us.
This is not illegal.
It's not illegal. Some people think it's not the right thing to do, but I've never been asked by an employee not to leave the store or anything. You can pretty much do it right out in the open.
I've been scaling at Walmart, and some employees just been passing me and don't even say, "What are you doing?" So.
Yeah. Okay. You can scale them. You have a better chance of getting a hollow, but you still don't know exactly. It could probably be what we call a nothing hollow or a dollar hollow.
Like Alien Kid.
Yeah. So that's the second worst way of buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards. The average way of buying, a good way to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards would just be to do a search, and we'll go back to search. We're going to do a search here, a regular search for, let's go MRD-138. This is my favorite card, and just do search, and then you're going to find all the Mirror Force cards that are for sale. Now, you want to know what the card is worth before you go buy it, because you don't want to pay more than the card is worth. Now, I'm going to give you a hint. If you're looking for cards this way and you're looking for a Mirror Force, do an advanced search and go like this. I'm sorry, you don't have to do an advanced search. Just do, instead of MRD-138, do Yu-Gi-Oh! Mirror Force, and do a search on the name rather than the card number, because more than likely some people will have Now you're going to have Dark Mirror Force and all the other stuff, but some people may
Are
miss
idiots.
title and just put Mirror Force card. Sorry about that. Put Mirror Force card and not put the name in it. Like this one here says Yu-Gi-Oh! Mirror Force card, Mint First Edition, DPYG. Okay. Well, they didn't put MRD 138, and that's really what most people do a search on.
Well, it didn't include the number rates.
It didn't include the card number. So if you're looking for a specific card, do a search for the Yu-Gi-Oh! And the card name. That's the best way to do it. Now we're getting into building a collection at no cost. The good thing, this is how we do it. Click on Advanced Search, and this is just the way I do it. Put Yu-Gi-Oh! Mirror Force, and then put in title and description, and that'll bring up all the auctions where the word Yu-Gi-Oh! Mirror Force is in either the title or the description of the auction. Now this is how we've built EagleFan 159 collection over the years. And it doesn't cost us, all the cards he has, almost all the cards I should say, have been purchased this way. I'm going to show you a couple of auctions that we won. Right here, the top one. Mirror Force and Solemn Judgment. See, again, he didn't put MRD 138, he put Mirror Force and Solemn Judgment. Look at all these cards that we got. And they're not all real great ones, but the Mirror Force was first edition, plus we got a Solemn Judgment. It included a whole boatload of cards. It was $57 and $10 shipping. So for $67, we got a first edition Mirror Force, which goes for about $45, and a Solemn Judgment, which is about $20. So those two cards paid for what we paid for the whole thing. The rest of the cards were free. So what I did was I bought the auction, traded the Solemn Judgment to EagleFan 159.
Because I needed it for my Blackwing.
And I sold the first edition Mirror Force, and I got my money back. All the rest of the cards I keep. So that's like free. It only cost me $60. I got my $60 back in sales, and I got to keep the rest of the cards. That's just one auction. I don't do this as much as I used to, so I don't have a lot of auctions like that. Here's a really good one. Lot of 17 Yu-Gi-Oh! Hollows. And
You
guess
think they're
what?
like all alien kids.
And guess what's in there?
A Mirror Force.
First edition Mirror Force.
No way.
For $17.50 plus $5.75 shipping, for $23, I got a first edition Mirror Force, which I sold for $48, and all these other cards, which really are nothing, but not only did I get free cards, I made some money on it, so that was pretty
So
sweet.
you get $20 profit plus
Yeah.
free cardboard.
Where's another good one? Well, this is the one EagleFan 159 bought. It was a Blackwing deck. Included Dark Arm Dragon.
First ed.
Yeah, so we just totaled up these cards, and we came up with about $300, and he bought it for $153 plus $8 shipping, $161. So he got the auction for about half price of what the cards were worth. And there was a Mirror Force in there, and that's how we found that one. Here's another one. Oh, this was a good one too. 300 hollows, ultra rares, super rares, and much more. Has Mirror Force, Royal Decree, blah, blah, blah. Well, look at this. Let's see if I can. Morphing Jar, 1 ultra rare. Well, anybody familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! Knows that an ultra rare Morphing Jar is a tournament pack card. And I won this auction for $86 plus $15 shipping. So for about $100, which is what just the Morphine Jar is worth, I got all these cards for free. That's how you build your collection and no cost. Yeah, it's cost me $100, but I can sell the Morphine Jar for $100, and all the rest of the cards are free. That's how we do
We're
it.
at like almost 10 minutes.
Okay, part 2.
Yes, we will open.
Our favorite way.
Yes. Bye.